Welcome to the Portraits Whisper, where our guest storytellers are portraits, paintings, and artworks. Here, every canvas breathes and every brushstroke hides a story waiting to be told. Tonight's whisper is from our guest, The Lady with an Ermine, an oil on walnut panel by Leonardo da Vinci, 1489. Yes, that Leonardo. This is the second of only 4 surviving female portraits he ever painted, the most famous being the Mona Lisa. Our subject is Cecilia Gallerani, the young mistress of the Duke of Milan. The ermine she holds is a symbol of purity, but it also represented the Duke, who belonged to the Order of the Ermine. After her possession, the painting endured centuries of turmoil. Acquired by Polish royalty around 1800, and later famously looted by the Nazis during World War II, before being recovered and finally returned to Poland. This tumultuous and mysterious history makes it perfectly haunting. Its very past is literally buried under newer layers of paint, the very definition of a ghostly tale. The original truth, the ghost of the first composition, is trapped beneath the surface, waiting for a chance to be seen, waiting for us. Kindly lend your ears now to this venerable walnut panel and hear the tale it has to tell. I am a vessel of memory, older than the nations that have claimed me. My skin is not canvas but fine walnut wood, and my very soul was coaxed into being by the patient hand of the maestro Leonardo. You know me as the lady with an ermine, a woman and a creature suspended in a void of perfect, impenetrable black. But the black is a lie. It is a tomb, laid upon me a century after my birth, a thick, dark shroud to hide what was once there. Before I was an icon, I was a room, a quiet, sunlit space in a Milanese castle, and the blackness you see now was once a door of heavy, polished wood. The woman I hold is Cecilia Gallerani, a poet, a scholar, a brilliant mind trapped in the gilded cage of a court. I remember her well. The maestro captured not just her likeness, but the quickness of her thought, the sharp intelligence in her gaze as she turns, as if interrupted from a private reverie. And in those first years, she was not looking out at you, the viewer. She was looking towards the door. It was the door through which he would enter. The Duke, her lover, the man who commissioned me. My entire composition was once a story of anticipation. The light from an unseen window, the gentle twist of her body, the nervous, sinewy tension in the ermine she cradles. It was all directed toward that door. She was forever in the moment just before his arrival. The ermine she holds was a different creature then, too. Smaller, grayer, a more natural animal. The maestro painted it again later, making it the sleek, white, idealized creature you see now, a symbol of purity, an emblem of the Duke's power. Just as he remade the animal, he remade her, turning a living, breathing woman into a possession. Her final violation came long after. The Duke's star had fallen, Cecilia was gone, and I had passed into new hands. A new owner, perhaps wanting a more timeless image, or perhaps wishing to sever Cecilia from her own story, had the door painted over. Stroke by stroke, the room I held disappeared. The portal to her world was sealed shut with a layer of black nothingness. They entombed her in a void, hoping to make her eternal, but they only made her a prisoner. And so she haunts me. It is not a frightening thing. It is a haunting of profound and endless melancholy. On the quietest nights when the museum is dark and the air is still, the black paint seems to thin. A faint ghostly outline of the door appears in the gloom. From within my wooden heart, I can sometimes hear the faint remembered sound of a turning latch. At those moments, the clever light in Cecilia's eyes softens into a look of timeless, hopeful sorrow. Her gaze shifts ever so slightly back to that phantom door, still waiting, still anticipating the arrival of a man whose love was both her making and her prison. She is my ghost, and the ghost of the door is hers. And we are all held here, a secret, trapped behind a wall of black paint. You have been listening to The Portraits Whisper on Storylink Radio, where every canvas has a story to tell. Be sure to subscribe and listen for our next guest, for the gallery never sleeps, and another canvas is already waiting to whisper.